Well, how's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Connor.
Welcome to another reaction review for a brand new 2020 film we saw in theaters.
Very indie film.
Very indie.
The new Sean Durkin film.
Yes.
The Nest.
The Nest. We got to see this at our local Midtown Arts Cinema Theater.
Guess it's not really local anymore, or for me at least.
Yeah.
It used to be like 2 minutes up the road.
But it felt nice to go back to that theater.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a movie there in a hot minute. So,
You love that theater.
yeah, it's really nice. And yeah, it stars Jude Law and what's the wife's name?
Carrie Coon.
Carrie Coon.
She's from, you probably remember her from Gone Girl. She was Ben Affleck's sister.
Okay, different hair then.
Margot. Yeah.
Different hair. Different hair color.
She's great.
So, yeah, I knew nothing going into this movie.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to, I mean, I remember.
I haven't seen Sean Durkin's other film.
Yeah.
We really wish Akshay was here.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we were going to bring up Akshay, but
Sorry, buddy.
fortunately couldn't make it. But I was like, well, I want to watch this film with him. That's kind of why I was like putting it off. So thankfully it's still playing in theaters. But yeah, this was like one of his most anticipated of the year. So I'm like, I'm sure it's decent. So we'll give it a shot. And turns out it's pretty good.
Pretty good. Definitely one of my favorites of the year.
Same here.
It is very, I wouldn't say like slow.
Pretty low key.
Yeah, like not a lot happens, but it's not slow. It's very interesting. It's just kind of like you're just waiting for something to happen.
Right.
Slowly, and it kind of does, and it's satisfying. But it's not. There's not that big thing that happens.
There's a couple like uncomfortable scenes
Yeah.
involving, our two leads, but other than that, there's no like, oh shit, a car accident. Oh shit, like
Yeah, no.
just something wild, just for the sake of having something happen, quote
And
unquote.
I think we talked about this with Akshay, but like this is like cinema porn. Like this is might be like the most prettiest movie of the year so far, in my opinion. I think it's shot amazing. I think just the colors that they pick. It takes place in the 70s, but it's not hitting you over the head with it.
Was it in the 70s?
Was it in the 70s or 80s?
Maybe. I don't know.
You don't know?
They never really like say it. I felt like it was more the 90s.
Well, when was Reagan in office?
Oh, does that bring up?
Yeah.
Oh, so the 80s.
Okay, the 80s. My bad. So yeah, it was definitely the 80s. Yeah,
I must have missed that. My bad.
It was in the very beginning when we're just like introduced to Jude Law. They overhear saying Ronald Reagan like was doing something on the news. So
yeah, so the 80s.
it's like a very nice way to just be like, hey, this is the 80s, but
Just
we're not
like,
going to
we're not going to throw up a year.
blasting this like music and showing these movies on the screen. So it was just a nice little period piece that is not glorifying the 80s.
Right.
So
Thank God. Yeah, like when you were saying like cinema porn, it's basically just like a bunch of people that know what they're doing, coming together to make a very solid movie. It's like
the
this is nice.
transitions, how shots are set
the
up,
editing, the score,
the score,
cinematography.
Oh my! Within the first like 3 minutes,
Very
I knew
good
the
score.
Was gonna be amazing.
Gotta shout him out. Didn't he say from Arcade Fire?
Yeah, and it's his first film. That he's composed, right?
Richard Reed Perry. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, dude.
Keep making scores because this was wonderful.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I think you said the same exact thing. Once it first started playing, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be nice.
Because like that's like the first thing. It's just like the credits are rolling and you're hearing the music, and then like by the end of the credits, I was like, I like this music.
This is nice.
But
yeah, what were your thoughts about the film?
I don't want to say much.
Yeah,
but
all these are spoiler free for new viewers.
It's just because I didn't know anything going in, and so watching their relationship and seeing where it begins and how it ends was just really satisfying. And very uncomfortable. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be interesting because Jude Law plays an Englishman, and then Carrie Coon is an American woman. So it's like and I guess the time period kind of helps too, just like these two different ideologies between the East and
the
West.
And like even in like the 80s, like people weren't that connected still. The internet was not a thing yet. So
so we start in America, and then we end up in England. And it's like, so the Nest, the title, like their home, basically. It's like just deterioration between the marriage and also how that affects their children.
Yeah.
And
the children are both in high school and middle school.
Yes. Secondary school and primary school. Shout out to my English viewers. I know what that means. So, but I just appreciated how much information we got throughout the whole film without it like hitting you over the head.
Oh, like exposition was like nothing.
Yeah,
like,
you know, like you could figure out who these people are without like having to explain who they are and like their feelings all the time and stuff like that.
Like there was one thing in the very beginning that the daughter says that just established that relationship.
Yep.
And right there, I was like, okay, this movie's gonna be really good.
I was like,
dialogue.
Okay,
like
there you go.
Very smart.
Now we know the relationship, and it just started, and nothing was said about.
Like I don't even know if I knew her name at that point. Still. I just,
exactly.
I knew what the relationship was.
Right.
So
that was interesting watching that unfold. Just like all of their dynamics and how he feels and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad it didn't like become ugly toward the end, because I kind of feared that like because of his like states at the end of the film, like he would take it out on someone. You know?
Yeah.
So I was kind of glad it didn't do that. It was a very very solid ending, very solid final shot, especially like just like
it's a good final
where
shot.
they're at and like the situation, like, and a lot does happen. Like there's some pretty sad stuff, and like all these characters are going through different things because of this marriage and family, like not completely falling apart, but like deteriorating because of the move and everything like that. So
it's a rough move.
Yeah, it definitely is.
New
like,
York to England.
Yeah, completely across the bay.
Yeah.
So, and especially if the kids, they really haven't grown up in England, so it's like it's completely different in terms of schooling and friends and area and all that jazz. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
So we knew Akshay was gonna love it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he said it wasn't as good as his first.
Yeah, I would say his first film, Durkin's first film, is still better. But if that means it's better, then it's like, oh damn, it must be pretty good.
Might have to check it out then.
I'll check it out soon. So grade?
Strong 8.
Yeah.
Out of 10. Yep.
Yeah, B+.
Hell yeah.
It's a really good film. Definitely one of my. It'll definitely be.
It'll be up there.
It'll be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, show.
For later half and as a whole.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Later half, it's really up there. But
yeah, like that. I told Akshay, I'm like, whenever I was telling him my favorite films, I'm like, yeah, it's been pretty dominated by documentaries, because that's really all we got during like the quarantine, like summer basically. So it's like
now, like I think movie companies have realized, fuck it, we're just gonna put our movies on
especially
VOD.
the indies, like, all right, it wasn't gonna make a ton of money anyway, let's just throw it out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out The Nest if it's playing near you. It's probably like toward the end of its run. It'll probably be on VOD soon.
Yeah, I'll probably. I mean, the big next batch of movies come out next week, so it's probably in its last week or two.
Right.
So,
it probably won't be able to compete much longer.
No.
They'll probably stick around a couple theaters, but who knows?
Right.
But yeah, go support it, man. It's good.
Support your indie films, your local theaters if you got any.
Yep. They're on their last legs. So.
Yes. Got to keep them alive. But any
Staying
other
alive,
final
baby.
thoughts?
Amazing. Really enjoyed it.
Good watch. That soundtrack though. It's good.
Lovely.
Alrighty, guys. Well, this has been Andrew.
This has been Connor.
Peace.
Been good.